and it's really warm, very breezy. And then as we go into spring tomorrow, it's like a 180. We're back to snow flying, pretty wild. So we did have a couple of burn bans rescinded, I guess yesterday, but we knew today would be very windy, very dry. We'll talk about all that individually, but basically it's not the time to be doing burning, right? You know, even flicking a cigarette butt out the truck window or, you know, having matches or something, it's really pretty dangerous for today. Now, it's not the most dangerous that it has ever been, but it is concerning. So what we have is a approaching storm system. This is often how these happen. You get the low humidity ahead of the storm, high winds accelerating through the mountain passes, going down the slopes. They're warmer than the surrounding areas and drier because as the air descends, it dries out, and so that further strips moisture off the trees. So just be super careful. Gust, I think this may not even be potent enough over this side. 25 to 30 miles an hour in the valley, but I wouldn't be surprised later this evening if we get some 35 mile an hour gust. And so we had, is our Kyle Granger was reporting last week, a fire, a 25-acre brush fire that was actually caused by someone four-wheeling through a field, and just a spark randomly from that caused that. So again, wind's not that strong this morning. That'll change later today as the front nears, and that same front is what will tumble us for tomorrow. Dew points, not something we often talk about in March unless it's severe weather, but a lot of them are in the middle 30s in the valley. You get up higher, like Tellico Plains, and it's 21. Regardless, it is pretty dry conditions. And you'll have to forgive me. I'm not Clark Kent. I'm just dealing with allergies and a changing sleep schedule. So this is your humidity today. The humidity increases tonight, which is great. Taking some of the load off of the fuels. Very quick uptick, but then it's pretty dry even into early next week. So March is, for several reasons, the peak of our fire season, and this April goes into severe weather season. So today's 78, beautiful day. This is the takeaway. For most of you, it's going to be a nice day, super nice. Yeah, windy too. Here's what you need to know. Shorts weather. High winds, high fire risk, high pollen count, and a high sunburn chance. Looking ahead for warmth into storms. So as I mentioned, today is the last day, excuse me, dealing with the crud, the allergies. Today's the last day of winter. Spring is here in less than 24 hours. So, you know, what, 20 hours out? And in the month of March, look at all this extra daylight that we get in the bag, that we gain, that we earn. An hour, 9 minutes. That's more than 3 minutes of extra daylight each day. So eventually, you're really going to be noticing these gains that we make. And so we go from today, quiet, dry, to snow flying and a touch sticking, maybe around Crossville or Mayland. That's near Monterey, right on the county line there. And then especially atop the Smokies, there's still a little bit of snow left at LeConte. They just finished about 40 helicopter drops, and I posted some pictures from that as LeConte gets ready to open its spring season too. Most of tomorrow is quiet. There'll be some like flurries and drizzle. It's cold. Friday's all quiet. Saturday's all quiet. Most of Sunday is quiet, but then some early dawn, pre-dawn thunderstorms on Monday. Now we want to keep the thunder at a minimum so as not to exacerbate the fire risk. But a huge drop. Technically the high tomorrow will be at around midnight or 1 a.m., but we will have some very windy conditions, this time from colder, more damp Canadian air coming in. And one thing that's off the beaten path is there's a humongous blizzard, not going to affect us, but it's from like Nebraska to Iowa to southeastern Minnesota. And because it's in an area that has a lot of major airports, if you're traveling the next couple of days, there may be some down-the-line impacts. You say, why is my flight delayed? Why is my flight canceled? Well, it could be because of that blizzard, even though we won't have any effect from it. 32 on Friday morning. It's chilly. Nice-looking weekend, and a few morning thunderstorms on Monday. All right, I'm going to go take some allergy meds, some Claritin, some Mucinex, whatever it may be, but I will see you at noon. Kyle Granger's on for the next few minutes, and it looks like we have a familiar face at the zoo. This is Lincoln the red panda. He's enjoying this last day of winter. Harry Sullivan also has a brand new Wild Inside meeting the otters. He's the luckiest guy out there, but this is your view. Beautiful day with Lincoln the red panda.